Sigoni, Sigoni, how's your macaroni?
Hey guys, and happy Granny Square Day! Today we're going to learn how to crochet the perfect solid granny square pattern. And I'm so excited to share it with you because I love the way that these granny squares turned out, and I have some tips to make sure that your granny square actually turns out like a square. And really all it has to do with is counting. So if you're ready, let's get started. For this tutorial, you can use whatever yarn you have on hand with the corresponding crochet hook. Today I'm using I Love This Cotton, found at Hobby Lobby, and a 5mm crochet hook. All right, let's get started. To get started with this tutorial, I'm going to start by creating a chain of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then slip stitch to your first chain right here. Yarn over, pull through that first chain and through the loop on your hook. And now chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now another way you can start this is with a magic circle. So if you'd rather start with the magic circle, go ahead and create your magic circle and then chain 5. I'll link the tutorial for the magic circle in the description box below, and I'll leave it right up here in the cards. So this chain 5 right here counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So now we're going to place 3 double crochet into the center of this ring. So if you're using a magic circle, just right into your magic circle. The center of the ring is right in here. So yarn over, insert your hook into the center of the ring here. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now 2 more double crochet right into that center space. All right, now chain 2. And we're going to do that same pattern 2 more times. So 3 more double crochet into the center ring. Chain 2, and then again 3 double crochet into the ring. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Now place 2 double crochet into the ring. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to slip stitch to the third chain from our starting chain 5. So if you pull up your chain a little bit, you'll see that this is chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. So we're going to slip stitch into that top chain. All right, and that is round 1 for the perfect solid granny square. So this is what your work should look like so far. Now to start round 2, we're going to slip stitch into this next space here. So just insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. Now go ahead and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this chain 5 counts again as a double crochet and a chain 2. Now place 2 double crochet into this same space. So 1 and 2. All right, so this is where many people start losing track of their stitches. So what we're going to do right now is place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So right now we have 3 double crochets here. So remember that this first double crochet, the first stitch is right here. And sometimes it's hard to see because our corner stitches sometimes block it. So you have to remember to pull your corner stitches over just a little bit so that you don't miss that stitch. And don't be afraid to pull your stitches. They're not going to go anywhere. And the further we go in this process, the more you'll understand what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So our first is right here. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we've reached the corner space. So now we're going to place 2 double crochet into this corner space. Chain 2, and place 2 more double crochet into that same space. So that is how we create our corner here. Now again, we're going to double crochet in each stitch across, so you can sort of see that it's starting to cover our first double crochet, so we're going to move it over just a little bit and double crochet in each stitch across. So for round 2, it's 3 stitches. So 2. And 3. Now again, we've reached our corner space, so we're going to place 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet into that same space. Now double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And here is our last corner space here. So 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now move your stitches over a bit and double crochet into the last 3 stitches. So remember in the beginning how we chained 5? Well, that counted as a double crochet and a chain 2. So because we have 3 double crochet in this corner and we normally have 4 double crochet, we're going to place 1 double crochet into this first space. So we're not done yet. Insert your hook into this first space here and double crochet. And now we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 from our original chain 5. So again, you're just going to have to pull up a little bit. This is our chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. So go ahead and slip stitch to the 3rd chain. And there you go. All right, so let's move on to round 3. First, we're going to slip stitch into this space. So insert your hook, grab your yarn, pull the yarn through and through the loop on your hook. Now again, chain 5, 3, 4, 5. And again, this chain 5 counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. Now place 2 double crochet into that same space. And place 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So here's our first, so we have to move our stitches over a bit. And this time we have 7 stitches to double crochet into. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now for the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now 7 double crochet across this row. And then the same thing that we've been doing in the corner, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Now in regards to keeping your granny square square, we have to make sure that we have the correct amount of stitches in each row. So what I like to count is how many stitches on each side. So I'm even counting these corner stitches. So for round 1, we have 3 double crochet. For round 2, we have 7 double crochet on each side. And for round 3, we have 11 double crochet on the side. So I like to go back at the end of each round and count to make sure I have the correct amount of stitches, especially if things aren't looking right. Now I'm going to finish off round 3 with this same pattern, and I will meet you at the end. Now for the last round after this corner, we're going to double crochet into the next 7 stitches. So don't forget this stitch here at the end. And then again, we're going to double crochet into our first space here. So just insert your hook into that space and double crochet. That way we have 2 double crochet in each corner. Now go ahead and slip stitch to finish your round into the 3rd chain from the bottom. So we have 1, 2, and 3. All right, and that is it for round 3. Now for round 4, we're basically going to repeat the same pattern. So we're going to slip stitch into this corner space here, chain 5, that counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. Now 2 double crochet into this first space. Now double crochet into the next 11 stitches. Two double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into this corner. Now let's take a quick look at this again. If you're not paying attention, you might skip this first stitch here because it's not as visible as the rest. That's where you don't want to make your mistake. So always make sure that you're pulling your corner stitches over a little bit just to make sure that you're catching that first stitch, because I'm telling you, that is the reason why so many people struggle with this solid granny square pattern. All right, so I'm pretty sure you know what to do at this point. So I'm just going to finish up round 4 and I will meet you at the end. All right, so we've reached the end of round 4, and I don't want you to forget that we're placing our last stitch into this space here. So remember to go into that last space to finish off our corner, and then slip stitch to the 3rd chain from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch. Now when it comes to finishing off your square, I like to again slip stitch into this center space here, just because I think this makes things look a little more even. So just go ahead, cut your yarn, which I already did, yarn over your hook and pull all the way through to tighten. So this is what the perfect solid granny square should look like when you're finished. Like I said, I really love the look of this granny square because this is our seam here and you really can't even tell. Even with other colors that I've made, even with this lighter pink color, you can barely see where the seam is. Now remember, if you're having trouble keeping your square straight, just make sure that you have the correct amount of stitches on each side. So for round 1, you should have 3. For round 2, you should have 7. Round 3, you should have 11, and round 4, you should have 15. And if you decide you want to make your granny square a little bit bigger, just continue in the same pattern, and for each round, you'll be adding 4 stitches on each side. So if round 4 has 15 double crochet on each side, then round 5 should have 19, and round 6 would have 23, and so on. So I hope that makes sense. So that's it for today's crochet tutorial for beginners. We went over how to crochet the perfect solid granny square, and I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. And guess what? If you completed this tutorial along with me, you already have yourself a nice little coaster. So besides coasters, what's something that you would like to make with these granny squares? If you really enjoyed this tutorial, I would love it if you clicked that like button and also subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'll see you next time.